If you want better results in your life, you have to start asking better questions. And I want to share with you a question that I recently learned from a teacher of mine, which has absolutely changed my life over the past year. And I'm just waking up right now. It's morning and I'm getting my day started. And I was reflecting on this question and how many things have actually changed as a result of me asking this question. See, I used to, like most people, and maybe you even do this yourself, start my day asking this question unconsciously, like most people do. What do I have to do today? What do I have to do today? Okay, what do I need to do today? This is what most people start their day with, if even at all. And it's better than no question, but it's actually a very stupid question because all that does is it just boots up the to-do list part of your brain. And to-do lists aren't usually focused on leverage. They're focused on the hustle, on all the things you think you should do. Um, they're very shallow things that don't actually move a lot of energy. It's like, okay, what do I have to do? And usually it comes out of this energy of I feel lost, I feel unproductive. I need to feel like I'm doing something so that I don't feel like I'm falling into this deep abyss of lostness inside of myself. It's usually where it comes from. And you might be doing a lot, but you're not really moving anything. And maybe you can relate to this. You're busy all the time. You're doing a lot up here. You're researching, you're scrolling through things, you're learning things, you're taking action, but nothing's really happening. Nothing's really growing. So my teacher shared this question with me, and it was instead of asking, what do I have to do today? See what happens if you ask, what foundation am I laying for the future? What foundation am I laying for the future? What that means is you stop. You just stop all the doing. Okay. Breathe deep into that void, into that emptiness, into that nothingness. First of all, in and of itself, that is a life changing process to just not do and just be with the unknown. And that's a whole other video on itself. But when you start diving into this question, of what foundation am I laying you for the future, it sets you up for a complete recalibration of how you think on a deep subconscious level about reality. That question of what do I have to do today is the polar opposite. It's just like a bunch of surface level things that don't really get you anywhere because it's usually very short term thinking. Oh, I need money. What do I do to get a client? Okay, I'll go on YouTube to see how to get a client. Okay, maybe I need to make more noise in the world. Brr. What foundation am I laying for the future deals with the core of the problem. What business am I really even in? What is my vision? What am I sharing? Why am I doing what I'm doing? It also stems deeper, it goes deeper into your body. What foundation am I laying for the future energetically? Like that alone will destroy that doing energy. If you're just in this like, go, I gotta do stuff because I need results, that usually comes from a deep sense of lack. And so you're building on top of lack. That question of what foundation am I laying for the future also is a check-in energetically. Like, where am I actually in this body right now operating from? And what I've learned in my area of work is that matters more than anything. Your energy is everything. It does not lie. It is the primary form of communication. Some things are not understood, they're not said, but they're 100% felt and communicated through your energy, how you show up in the world. I could have 10 incredible meetings with prospects, with projects over this week. But if my energetic foundation is one of lack, none of these things will probably work out, or they won't go as well or in a direction that I would like them to. If I'm meeting those people in a sense of lack, those potential clients, those potential deals, trying to move those visions forward. If my foundation is one of abundance and relaxation, those same meetings and those same encounters will go in a completely different direction. What foundation am I laying for the future? Then, in the beginning of the week, starts a completely different thought process of like, well, instead of worrying about those meetings, how about I just go for a walk in the morning and deeply contemplate the mission at hand and how I'm actually serving my people and what is the most pertinent thing that needs to be shared right now? And how could I serve even on a higher level so I know that this could assist people in the best way that I know it could? Completely different. This question has changed my orientation away from doing and very much more into being. And what you realize is the more you pour into that energetic foundation, the more you pour into really touching deep down inside on an energetic level, the felt sense of your purpose and what you want to bring into the world, the more things actually move forward. The more you stop thinking about short-sighted solutions to problems and long-term foundational things that make all those other things completely irrelevant. Like one thing I used to do is have like a million different products in my business and selling different things and like 50 people working for me many, many years ago. Now, how I operate in life, it's very simple. I have just me, just me. And I have incredible clients that I work with, incredible missions that those people are oriented with, and I help them in incredible ways. It's so much fun. It's just like one person, and I'm more free and more abundant than I was before with my time, with my money, and things are growing incredibly. So much has changed because of that question, but it goes even deeper, you see, because this is not something that you ask at the beginning of the day to get the answer. Okay. You may play with it, and of course, some answers will come immediately. But as I always say, the question is a frequency match for the answer. Your body is like this cosmic antenna that can connect to vast universal intelligence and receive the answer for anything that you need in your life. It doesn't come immediately. You have to attune it to that frequency. The higher your frequency, or whatever specific frequency you tune into, that's where the answers and that's where your perception will open to. All right. So if you're going around asking, what do I have to do today? What do I have to do today? You will constantly see things that you need to do. And life will feel like this very deep pressure bucket of, I got to do stuff all the time. What foundation am I laying for the future opens up your senses to completely different, vast array of information. This is not an overnight solution or a magic pill I'm sharing with you. This is a pearl of wisdom that will open up your body and your mind to a completely different way of living that will unfold itself in magical ways over months, years. You're going to start seeing the results immediately, but the real fruits of it will come in time. What will start to happen is you start to open yourself up to a very different array of information through your perception. You'll start gravitating to higher forms of wisdom. You will start attracting different teachers. You will start to see business in a completely different way, your mission a different way, and the world in a completely different way. For example, if you're operating from that short term thinking, you might see the world right now, with everything going on, is a very dangerous place. You don't really know what your place is in it. You might be compelled to react to things, to, try to make a difference in this way. And a lot of make a difference organizations, they operate with that lower level of thinking. What can we do right now to change this problem versus what foundation can we lay for the future? Whoa. That stems into, do we even understand what the problem is? Maybe I'm part of the problem and how I'm perceiving it is part of the problem. Einstein said the solution can never be solved with the problem can never be solved with the same level of consciousness that created it, which also means the inverse is true. When the solution appears, the problem must die. And it dies in this way of you actually augmenting yourself to see things completely different, right? Once you start getting that energetic foundation with this type of question in your being, reality is very more fluid, much more fluid. You see that to actually make a difference on the outside, whether it's within your own life or in the world, it first starts as a seed of a completely different set of perceptions that then must propagate into long-term actions. And the world at large isn't really a scary place. It's not that dog-eat-dog world of light and dark and good and bad and perpetrator. Not that like those things don't happen, but we're just humans that don't know how to operate our own consciousness to actually propagate a higher level of resolution in this life. Beautiful things can happen externally, but first you need to understand the very seed of what is required for that consolidation to happen inside of your own being. And then it propagates outwards and outwards and outwards. And you can actually lead yourself and others through that. But it starts with you. Your energy is absolutely everything. And the questions you ask are the most important thing on a daily level. Use this consciously, see what happens. It will permeate deeper and deeper into your cells. And if you want help with this, I offer coaching and mentoring. You can check out what I do down below. I work with people from all walks of life and tapping into their wisdom and unfolding their deepest purpose through their mind-body conflicts, structuring that around their calling, their business, so things can be so much more simple than we have been taught that they are. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Links are down below. Ciao.